Thank you. And thank you, Mr. Silva, for your presentation and your full explanation. You've referred a couple of times to the complaints that you've received from, I think the phrase was citizens and organisations, and you said there were only 3, which seems extraordinary. I don't know if the 3 that you're referring to includes the one that was filed by the British Trade Union Congress on the 3rd of September 2013. The 3rd of September 2013, as you'll know, is quite a long time ago. It's more than the year within which I believe the Commission is supposed to reply to such complaints. It's getting on now for 15 months, which seems to me like long enough to reply to such a complaint. The basis of the complaint is a very simple one, and it's one which is included in your presentation. Your presentation says, this broadly says this is a system that's working pretty well, and then it goes on to say, except in some of the countries which are using derogations, in which case, in some cases, it doesn't work at all. And the TUC complaint says that due to the widespread systematic abuse of the so-called Swedish derogation in the UK, this piece of legislation is not being applied in the UK in a meaningful or successful way. Now, this is a very serious complaint against the UK government, filed by the main trade union organisation representing the entire organised workforce in the UK, and filed 15 months ago formally to the European Commission. So please could you say a few words about that complaint, and most importantly, give us a date when the TUC can expect an answer on this very important question for hundreds of thousands of agency workers in the UK who are being exploited in precisely a way that workers in the rest of the Union are now being protected from by what is a good piece of legislation when it's actually applied.
Yes, I can confirm that the complaint by the British unions is one of the 3. In fact, it's the oldest one. I'm bound by the duty of confidentiality because the complainant asked us to treat this confidentially. So I cannot enter into details. I can only confirm that this complaint exists. It's about the application by the UK of the first type of derogation, the derogation where the agency worker has a permanent contract and is paid between assignments. And the issue is about the amount of pay during assignments and the extent of the reduction of pay in relation to the standard pay for standard contract workers. We have been in contact with the UK authorities. We have already established, according to the EU pilot procedures, a number of contacts with UK authorities. The case is open, and yes, you're right, it is time for the Commission to decide whether to proceed in terms of an infringement or to close it. And it's something that the Commission will do, I hope, soon. But it's a case where certainly we have not been idle, and we have been collecting information from both the complainant and the national authorities, and we have now the elements to take a decision on that case. I'm afraid I cannot go any further on that.
Mr. Simon, you can put the second question.
Thank you. Just to say, I find this notion very odd that you're bound by confidentiality. This is the Employment Committee of the European Parliament. We're a body elected to scrutinise and hold to account what you do. That was a very publicly lodged formal complaint. I've got a press release here by the TUC issued on the 3rd of September 2013 in which they send to the world's press all the details of this complaint. It doesn't seem very confidential to me. Can you tell me the statute of confidentiality by which you're bound, and can you confirm what you seem to be saying, that notwithstanding your confidentiality, actually you're intending imminently to respond to the TUC's 15-month-old complaint. You said soon, we're about to, now is the time, or all phrases that I think you use. So are you actually, can we expect something before Christmas?
When a complaint is filed, the complainant has the possibility to ask for confidential treatment. Some complainants do, others don't. In this case, the trade union you're referring, TUC, they asked for confidentiality. What they did then with their communication, it's not a matter for us, but we are bound by a right of confidentiality when the complainant asks specifically that sorry?
Under what statute do you come to the European Parliament and tell us it's confidential?
The statute that rules the treatment by the Commission of complaints.
Will you write to me with the details of the statute?
Yeah, of course. This is standard procedure. But what I can tell you is, yes, that we have, as I said, established a number of contacts, both with the complainant, that we have met already a couple of times, and with the national authorities in order to investigate this case. This case is still open, and the decision will be taken by the political authority, which is the European Commission.